Hello, guys, and welcome back to another story. As the saying goes, he who chases two rats catches none. But in today's story, one woman's greed led her to chase something more dangerous than money. Let's find out. Every morning in Mr. Bobby's compound, tenants lined up to fetch water from the well. Among them was Matty, the widow who had just moved in a year ago. Before I tell you about Matty, let me introduce this well to you because it played a major role in the story. This well has been in this compound for years. Some said it brought blessings because a barren woman drank from it and conceived. Others said it brought bad luck because two men fell inside and were never seen again. Now back to Matty. Matty lived in room 4. Her real name was Matilda, but everyone called her Matty for fun. If you looked at Matty from head to toe, you would think she was living a soft life. But Matty was like a bad coin with no value. While the hardworking women in the compound tied their wrappers and carried their goods to the market to sell every morning, Matty sat at home in her mattress watching TikTok with borrowed data. She preferred to take shortcuts than to lift a finger to walk. Matty was a childless widow, and she used this title to gain pity from her neighbors. In the evenings, you will find Matty at Babatoni's shop, wasting her money on lottery tickets and praying for a sudden windfall. Our people say, he who waits for a roasted fowl to fly into his mouth will wait forever. But Matty was ready to wait rather than do any hard labor. Now, if Matty doesn't work, where does she get the money to spend on games? Well, she had 3 sources of income. It's either she wins a lottery game, borrows money from her neighbors, or uses the Ajo contribution money kept in her care. Matty was placed in charge of the Ajo contribution after she donated 20,000 naira in the women's meeting. This made the women believe she could be trusted with money, but only her neighbors truly knew Matty. She was an unrepentant beggar. You don't wish to have an encounter with her when she's broke. One fateful day, Matty woke up with an empty purse. She quickly ran to her neighbor Bianca to beg for money. Bianca refused because Matty still owed her 30k. Matty went on her knees and started licking the ground, swearing on her life that she would repay the money in 24 hours. Luckily she did, because she won the bet that day. Matty's disturbance became unbearable that the tenants had to call a meeting. They begged the landlord to throw her out of the compound, but Matty already bribed Mr. Bobby with the money she won from the last bet. From that day, no one bothered her again. One hot Tuesday afternoon, as Matty was having an afternoon sleep, the atmosphere in the room suddenly changed. In her sleep, a man appeared to her. It was Mr. Jojo, the late landlord who had built the compound many years ago. He pointed to Matty and said, "There is a golden chest of unimaginable wealth hidden in this compound. It can change your life forever. But listen carefully, it is reserved for only those with clean hands." Before Matty could ask further questions, a loud noise at the door woke her up. Matty got up angrily and marched towards the door. When she opened it, she saw Madam Cook standing there. She was the leader of the compound's Ajo group. Matty had collected their weekly savings and squandered every kobo on gambling. "Matty, bring out our money before I show you Pepe today." Matty immediately threw herself to the ground. She untied her hair and started crying a river of fake tears. "Ah, the devil has ruined me. Please pity a poor helpless widow," she wailed, rolling herself in the dust. Madam Cook looked at her with disgust. "Save your crocodile tears. I'm giving you just 1 month. If you don't bring our money, you will sleep inside a police cell." Later that evening, Matty used her last money to buy a shovel. Driven by blind desperation, she waited until the whole compound was asleep. At 12 midnight, she sneaked to the backyard and started digging. For 3 nights, Matty dug the entire compound in search of the golden chest. She uprooted her neighbor's scent leaf and water leaf gardens, leaving the backyard looking like a family of white pigs had fought there. But all her sweating was in vain. She found absolutely nothing except fat earthworms, broken plates, and rusted Fanta bottles. By the fourth night, Matty had already given up. She cursed the old man in her mind for making her go through this pain in vain. Matty, how can you allow a dead man to deceive you? If actually there was treasure hidden in this house, why would he tell you? Why didn't he tell his son? Matty asked herself in tears. She sat on the floor, massaging her waist, then she fell asleep from there. That night, she had another dream. Mr. Jojo appeared again, but this time he was laughing at her. Foolish woman, why are you looking for treasure in the dirt? The golden chest is deep inside the well. The well is actually a secret door to the spirit realm. But do not try to go down there yourself. Your heart is as black as charcoal. You are a liar and a cheat. If you enter the well, the water will drown you instantly. You need innocent souls to fetch it for you. Matty woke up gasping. Finally, the puzzle has been solved. The next day, Matty started parading herself as the queen of Mr. Bobby's compound.
Good afternoon, my lovely tenants. Bow to your queen.
This woman again?
So full of yourself. What a show-off.
She told everyone that in a month's time, she will become the richest woman in the community. She lied that her brother in the United States was coming home to settle her. No one believed Matty because they saw her as a clown. Are you not the one who lied that your late husband was a former president? One of her neighbors asked mockingly. Better go and get a job and stop lazing around. But no one knew that Matty had actually discovered the secret to unimaginable wealth. On the other side of this story was Titi, a very hardworking single mother. Unlike Matty, Titi carried her burden without complaining. She worked tirelessly every day just to feed her family. Every Friday evening, she carried her goods to the night market to find late customers. On those nights, she left her two children, Owen and Kosi, at home. Owen was 10 years old and Kosi was 8. Owen was a very smart boy who watched after his little sister like a mother hen guarding her chicks. One fateful Friday, as Titi left for work, Matty took advantage of the opportunity. She knew Titi wouldn't come back anytime soon and most tenants would still be at work. She hurried to a nearby shop and bought plenty of biscuits in different flavors. She also bought colorful candies. When she got home, she arranged them on the floor. She created a tempting trail starting right from Titi's doorstep and ending at the very edge of the open well. Moments later, just as Matty had planned, Kosi stepped out to play. She saw the sweets and the candies and her eyes lit up immediately. Forgetting her mother's teachings, she started picking them up one by one. Kosi, leave it. Do not pick things from the floor, Owen shouted as he rushed out of the room. He immediately sensed danger, but Kosi was already standing by the dangerous edge of the well. Suddenly, Matty stepped out of her hiding place like an evil spirit. Do not run away, my children. Just look inside the well. The bottom of the well is filled with big chocolates and biscuits. As innocent Kosi leaned forward to look, her small rubber slippers immediately slipped on the wet green moss. She lost her balance and screamed for help. Owen rushed to grab her, but her weight pulled him over the edge too. Together, the siblings stumbled headfirst into the dark abyss. Matty looked inside but saw darkness. The children were out of sight. That was when Matty truly believed that the well wasn't ordinary. She quickly brought a wooden chair, placed it beside the well, and sat there for the rest of the day. Later that night, Titi returned home from work. She felt something was strange the moment her children didn't run out to welcome her. When she entered their room, she saw empty beds. She called out their names, but no one responded. Fear gripped her immediately. This has never happened before. She had trained her children to stay indoors whenever she was away. Titi raised an alarm immediately, and neighbors started rushing out to find out what was happening. She explained to them that she couldn't find her children. The neighbors were surprised because they hadn't seen her children either. One of the neighbors quickly followed Titi to the police station to make a complaint about the missing children. The policeman told them to go home and return after 24 hours. In the middle of everything, Matty remained seated at the well. When neighbors asked why she refused to stand up amidst the chaos, she wept a fake tear and lied. "My heart is broken. I'm sitting here to pray aggressively until those innocent children are found." But Matty was just lying. She was waiting there patiently so that when the children returned from their mission, she would immediately grab the chest from them. Months later, the children returned. Luckily for Matty, she was sitting by the well at the exact time. Immediately she saw them, she grabbed the golden chest and ran inside. She locked the door tightly and sat on her bed excitedly. 3, 2, 1, she counted. Then she opened the box. As expected, she found real money. On the other side, Titi was overjoyed when she saw her children. When she asked them what had happened, they told a different story. Matty's rise to success was immediate. She didn't want to leave the compound because she wanted to shame her haters. She took permission from Mr. Bobby and renovated her room. Outside looked modest, but inside the house was breathtaking. Matty was no longer the poor widow who disturbed her neighbors. She was now a millionaire. After renovating her house, she bought a small Corolla car. Matty used the car for literally everything. If she was going to the market, she would drive it. If she wanted to buy something along the street, she would use it. This made her neighbors even more jealous. But what Matty never knew was that no lazy person obtained quick money without a price. When Owen and Kosi got to the other side, they passed through several tests before getting the chest. But the seer handed them 2 boxes. One contained the true wealth, while the other was a sham. The siblings gave Matty the fake box and took the real one. Months after their return, they left the compound with their mother to start life afresh. Their life changed forever. Matty, on the other hand, woke up one morning and saw that the remaining money was gone. She had no savings and investment. Her life went back to square one. In the end, this story teaches us that hard work, honesty, and good character are far more valuable than greed and the pursuit of quick wealth. Through Matty's life, we learned that shortcuts, gambling, lies, and exploiting one's kindness may bring temporary success, but they always end in disappointment. This story also shows the importance of protecting children, obeying parents' safety instructions, managing money wisely, and building a trustworthy reputation. Above all, you can see from how Matty's life ended that every action has a consequence. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.